Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to go over this easy to learn horseshoe lace rib pattern. So as you can see, you have the horseshoe design here. And then in this tutorial, we're going to do something new to the channel, which is this SK2P, which creates this column here. So I can see you using this pattern for maybe a panel on a sweater. You can use this for a detail for a scarf. If you wanted to work this in for a dishcloth, you can do that. So you have a lot of options with this particular stitch pattern. So what you'll need to grab is your yarn. You can use a lace weight yarn up to a full weight yarn. It's totally up to you. Grab the needle that is appropriate to that yarn. Grab your scissors and then your darning needle. Come on back and we'll get to learn this fun and easy horseshoe lace stitch. Okay, so to begin, what you'll need to do is cast on in multiples of 10 plus 1. I chose to do the long tail cast on, but you do whichever cast on you are most comfortable with. And I casted on 20 stitches plus 1. After I did my cast on, I did a setup row of purl stitches so I can begin the pattern on the right side of my work. Okay, so the row 1 is as follows. I'm going to have it on the screen. You're going to work the pattern as knit 1, yarn over, knit 3, SK2P, knit 3, and yarn over. You're going to do that repeat until your final stitch, which is a knit 1. So let's knit this up together. We're going to knit 1. We're going to take our yarn and yarn over. We're going to knit 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now here is that SK2P, which is new to the channel. Now just a side note, not to confuse you, but you could either slip your stitch purlwise or you could slip your stitch knitwise. For this pattern, it asks us to slip it knitwise, and I'll show you what I mean with that. So S, it means to slip. So you're going to take your needle, put it into your stitch as if you were to knit, and then you're just going to slip it on from left to right. So that's your slip stitch. That's the S. K2 is knit 2. So you're going to go in and knit your next 2 stitches together. Okay, that's that. And then you're going to go back to that slip stitch. And then you're going to put your left needle underneath that stitch and pass it over. Okay, that's how you do SK2P. Okay, moving on, you're going to do knit 3, 2, and 3. And then you're going to yarn over. Okay, so that's the full repeat. So I'm going to do the repeat over again because the SK2P is new to this channel. So I want to make sure that you have it. All right, so to start the repeat over again, we're going to do that knit 1. Going to yarn over again. We're going to knit 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to do that SK2P. So we're going to take that stitch and slip it knitwise. Make sure your yarn is in the back of your work. We're going to knit the next 2 stitches together. Okay. Then we're going to go back to that slip stitch. Put our left needle in and take it and pass it over that stitch. And then let it drop off. Okay. Then we're going to knit 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm at my last stitch. Now this may be different depending upon how many stitches you've chosen to cast on your needle. But for my, oh, I'm sorry, you have to knit 3 and then yarn over. So forgive me for that. So you're going to yarn over. Now I'm at my last stitch. So according to the instructions, I'm just going to knit that last stitch. Okay. And there you have it. So that is row 1 of the pattern. Let's turn our work and get ready for row 2. Now row 2 is an easy row. You should be on the wrong side of your work. So all you're going to do for row 2 and all your even rows, so row 2, 4, and 6, and 8, you're going to purl all your stitches. So I will see you at the end of row 2. We're going to turn our work and begin row 3. So just a small side note, as you're purling your stitches, you may see this long string of yarn here. That's just where you did your yarn over. So you've done nothing wrong. Just go in and purl as normal and continue on the rest of the row. All right, so we've turned our work. We should be on the right side. So I'm going to display the pattern here. The repeat is knit 2, yarn over, knit 2. Then we're going to do that SK2P. We're going to knit 2, yarn over, and knit 1. All right. So let's do that together. We're going to knit 2. Take our yarn and yarn over. Then we're going to go back and knit 2 again. Okay. And now we get to practice that SK2P again. So we're going to go in as if to knit, and then we're going to go from left to right and then slip that stitch off. Okay. Then we're going to knit our next 2 together. And then go back to that slip stitch, pick it up with that left needle, and bring it over and off. Okay. Then we're going to knit 2, yarn over, and then knit 1. Okay. So that is the repeat, and you start to see this pretty row here developing. I'll bring it up so you can start to see that. So do that repeat for as many stitches as you have on your needle, and I'll meet you at the last stitch, which you're going to knit 1, and then we'll get ready to turn our work for row 4. All right, so let's turn our work. We're ready to begin row 4. Should be on the wrong side of your work. And like I said before, all your even rows, you're just going to purl all your stitches. So I'll see you at the end of row 4, getting ready for row 5. All right, you're done with row 4. You should have turned your work and be on the right side. So the pattern is as follows for row 5. You're going to do knit 3, yarn over, knit 1, SK2P, knit 1, yarn over, knit 2. So that's your repeat until you get to your last stitch, and then you're just going to knit 1. So let's do our repeat. We're going to knit 3, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we're going to yarn over our needle like that. And then we're going to go back in and knit one. Okay. Now we're going to do our SK2P. So you're going to get lots of practice on doing this. Take your right needle, slip your stitch off your left needle onto the right needle. You're going to go in and knit your next 2 stitches. Okay. Go back to that slip stitch and pass it over and down. Okay. Now go back in, knit 1, yarn over, and knit 2. 1 and 2. Okay. So that is your repeat. So do that repeat for as many stitches as you have on your needle. Then when you get to your last stitch, you're just going to knit 1. So I'll see you when that's complete, and we'll get ready for row 6. All right, so you are more than halfway there. So before we get into row 6, what I would love to ask you to do is, if you find value in this video and you like this step-by-step tutorial teaching, then please consider liking the video. It just helps the message get out to more knitters so they can learn the stitch as well. And then consider subscribing. I would love to have you as part of the community so you get to know and be alerted when any other stitch tutorials come on the channel. So row 6 is a even row. So we are going to purl all our stitches. Again, we do that on all our even rows. So I'll see you at the beginning of row 7. Okay, so we've turned our work. We should be on the right side. And now you're starting to see that horseshoe design come to life on this 7th row here. And you're seeing the SK2P right down the middle. So again, it's a beautiful design that works up very quickly, and you'll start to see more and more of the horseshoes, so you really get the beauty of the stitch. So moving on, the repeat is as follows. You're going to knit 4, yarn over, SK2P, yarn over, knit 3. You're going to do that repeat up into your final stitch, and then you're going to knit 1. All right, so let's do it together. Let's knit 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Take our yarn and yarn over. Then we're going to SK2P, slip knitwise, knit the next 2 together. Go back and pass that stitch over, that slip stitch over, and drop. Okay, we're going to yarn over again, and then knit 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that is your repeat. Again, do that to your final stitch. That final stitch is just going to be a knit 1. Okay, so I will see you at the end of row 7, getting ready for row 8. All right, so we are on our last row. That's an even row. That's row number 8. You should be on the wrong side of your work. So let's finish off together. We're going to purl all our stitches. All right, guys, so here is the end of the 8-row repeat. So this is how you should look, and you're ready to continue on to back onto row number 1. So again, consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. And if you want to continue to keep creating, YouTube thinks that you are going to like this next video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode. Happy knitting!